It's time for a look at our forecast now with KIMT Storm Alert Weather 3 Chief Meteorologist Sarah Knox. But before we get into weather, I wanted to share this awesome picture from Elma, Iowa. It was taken this morning. April sent it in to us, and she said the photo was taken by a 6-year-old. Good picture quality there. It was a beautiful sunrise this morning. Sarah, I don't know if you were up for it. I saw it in Rochester. It was so nice. It was beautiful there in Elma, Iowa as well. So fun to see those viewer pics.
Absolutely. It's really nice for someone like me because, Cammie, we work late, which means
Yes.
we sleep late. And the sun's usually up by the time I have woken up. So it's really nice to see that. So thank you to the 6-year-old that snapped that. Keaton. All right. Well, thank you, Keaton. Beautiful, beautiful shot. Now we've gone into the evening and snow is moving in. A little difficult to see here on the live eye. I'm trying to get the best look at it as I possibly can because it certainly looks like something's coming down. It's a little hard to kind of squint and see, just the dirtiness of the camera maybe. But it is snowing, or at least it's starting to snow along the 35 corridor, where temperatures are a little warmer. We're at 30 degrees currently in Albert Lea, 29 in Owatonna, a couple 28s in Northwood, Mason City. So these temperatures have come up over the last couple hours, which tells you a little more moisture has moved in. And now we're actually starting to see these flakes hit the ground. Maybe you'll remember from earlier throughout the day, we did have some snow move through. Most of it didn't hit the ground though, it was just too dry. But now those chances for snow continue to roll on as temperatures do rise on up. As you can see, getting right around the freezing point. We'll be watching this time frame closely because that snow has the potential to change over into more rain-like precipitation, more wet precipitation. However, most of this does look to stay on the frozen side and maybe even take a break when we reach that warmest point. Then after that, the temperatures will be dropping through our Friday as the winds are blowing in strong from the northwest. That brings the threat for blowing snow we've been mentioning through the week. All right, before we get to that, let's get to satellite and radar currently, see where some of this lighter snowfall, this band of it moving across the Mississippi, almost out of St. Charles, heading into Winona, into Rushford, and Rochester got a little taste of it. Saw a few little flurries moving down. Meanwhile, what we saw in Albert Lea, it looks a little bit like a dry pocket right here over the city itself, and then see the darker blue a little further to the west. When that green starts to change over into the blue, that's where we're seeing some more wet flakes. But this is just the beginnings of what's going to be a very on and off snow system. And mostly because we're dealing with that drier air, still interacting despite a little more moisture having come in from this low pressure system. You can see it's very scattered about across the upper Midwest. So let's time things out. Futurecast showing what's going on now, what's going on in a couple hours. A little more widespread. We'll see just how widespread it gets. Look along I-90 and a little further to the northwest. We see some of the darker blues, some of the higher rates of snowfall. This is 2 a.m. moving into 4 a.m. Almost looks like things are settling down, but not quite. Then we start to see more of the scattered snow showers. This right along the 35 corridor, right during the morning commute. So on and off snow showers, winds picking up, blowing snow. That's going to be an issue almost throughout the entirety of the day as temperatures take a tumble. So a bit of a busy Friday, I would say. Winter alerts, not all of us under this winter weather advisory, but those of us who are face those possible whiteout conditions. So please keep that in mind. Get ready for changing conditions. When it comes to travel impacts, I have it in the yellow, but there are probably a few hours in there that could pop up to red. It's very dependent where you are at the time. Just keep it in mind throughout the day. Now, all of this, Cammie, comes before the big drop in temps. We're still looking at single digits for Saturday.